You saved up, you treated yourself, and now your $3,000 Louis Vuitton bag is cracking and peeling like it came from a discount bin. What happened to luxury? The price tags keep going up, but the quality? Not so much. Meanwhile, over on TikTok, people are buying luxury bags for $10, and some of them claim they're made in the exact same factories. There was a time when buying a Louis Vuitton bag felt like you were investing in something that would last. Not just a fashion piece, but a reliable high-end staple. Now, that feeling's starting to fade fast. Take the Neverfull MM. A few years ago it was already pricey, but now it's creeping past $2,600. And you'd think that kind of money would guarantee you flawless stitching, solid hardware, and leather that holds its shape. But more and more people are saying the opposite is happening. You'll find plenty of reviews and Reddit threads from real buyers sharing the same story. Loose threads, sticky zippers, bubbling canvas, peeling handles, all on bags that are supposed to represent the gold standard of luxury. And it's not just one or two one-off issues, it's becoming a pattern. Back in 2019, Louis Vuitton opened a production facility in Texas. It sounded like a smart move. Produce closer to American customers, reduce delays, and proudly stamp Made in the USA on more bags. But the reality? It's been messy. Multiple reports say the Texas facility has been struggling, mostly because the craftsmanship just doesn't match the reputation. There's been talk of high turnover, rushed training, and a lot of quality issues. One audit reportedly showed that close to 40% of bags from that plant were rejected or returned. That's not just a bump in the road, that's nearly half. And even though the bags still cost thousands, buyers say they've received ones with stitching that looks uneven, logos that aren't aligned, and leather that already looks worn. Imagine paying luxury prices and then wondering if your bag will even hold up through your next work week. Ask any longtime Louis Vuitton collector. The bags from 20 or 30 years ago were built to last. You could drag them through TSA, toss them in the back of your SUV, spill coffee inside, and they'd bounce back without blinking. The newer ones? Not quite. People are saying their new bags barely make it 6 months without signs of wear. The canvas feels thinner, the corners scuff faster, and the details, which used to be immaculate, now feel rushed. You'd expect this kind of wear from a fast fashion piece, not a bag that costs more than a mortgage payment. The irony is that vintage bags, the ones people bought in the 90s or early 2000s, are often in better shape today than new ones are 6 months after leaving the store. And when the older, used version of something holds up better than the new one, you start to wonder whether you're really paying for quality or just for the logo. So we've talked about quality, let's talk about what happens when that quality doesn't hold up. For a brand that markets itself as timeless, Louis Vuitton can make you feel pretty disposable the moment something goes wrong. A zipper fails, a strap starts peeling, a seam splits. And when you reach out for help, you're hit with silence, long waits, or a quote that makes you wonder if the repair team thinks your bag is made of diamonds. Plenty of customers have shared stories of being told their warranty was void, or that they'd need to pay hundreds just to have something fixed, on a bag they bought less than a year ago. Some have even been told that what they experienced was normal wear and tear, which is fine, if you'd bought the bag on sale at a department store. Not for a brand where you can't even find a price tag under $1,500. It's frustrating, especially when you've been a loyal customer for years. You expect premium care, not canned responses and brick wall policies. Now, let's say your bag makes it past the zipper drama and into resale territory. Maybe you're ready to sell it and upgrade to a new one, like many shoppers do. But here's where things get murky. Louis Vuitton, like several luxury brands, has long been rumored to intentionally destroy unsold items to maintain scarcity and exclusivity. We're talking about perfectly fine bags, shoes, accessories, all reportedly shredded or burned because they weren't sold fast enough. Why? Because discounting them might damage the brand. Of course, Louis Vuitton hasn't publicly admitted to this, but insiders and former employees have spilled the tea. In a world where we're all trying to shop smarter and be more sustainable, it feels out of touch. People want transparency. They want to know where their money's going, and they're paying attention to how brands treat the planet. Destroying unsold inventory just to protect your image? That doesn't sit well anymore. Let's shift gears, because while Louis Vuitton raises prices and shuffles its factories, something wild is happening on TikTok. Chinese manufacturers, some claiming to be ex-suppliers, are popping up on TikTok and messaging platforms like Telegram, offering what look like real Louis Vuitton bags for $10 to $50. They post videos showing off the stitching, the tags, the packaging, and some even claim their products are made in the exact same factories Louis Vuitton uses, just from the back door. Now, are they real? Hard to say. Some could be factory overruns, extra bags made during production and quietly sold off. Others are likely high-end replicas that look real but aren't backed by the brand. Regardless, the videos are blowing up. Some of these sellers rack up millions of views before their accounts are taken down. And Louis Vuitton is taking legal action aggressively. They've been cracking down on counterfeit rings, issuing takedowns, and filing lawsuits. But here's the awkward part for the brand. People are starting to ask, if a $10 TikTok bag looks and feels like the real thing, what exactly are we paying thousands for? It's not just about fakes. It's about the illusion of luxury, and how easily that illusion can fall apart when someone gets a near-identical product for 98% less. And for regular shoppers, people who just want a decent bag that lasts, it's getting harder to justify the cost when the customer experience and quality can't match the hype. By now, you've probably realized the bag isn't the only thing unraveling. The price hikes, the quality complaints, the customer service black holes, the viral $10 luxury dupes on TikTok. Louis Vuitton might still carry the weight of a legacy brand, but the cracks are showing, and shoppers are paying attention. What used to be whispered in Reddit threads and handbag forums is now out in the open, and being blasted across TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And it's not just influencers complaining. It's women in their 30s, 40s, 50s. Women who saved up for something meaningful. Women who wanted to invest in quality, not just chase trends. And they're saying enough is enough. Instead of buying into a name, they're looking for real value. They're supporting smaller brands with ethical sourcing. They're choosing vintage pieces that actually last. Some are even turning to pre-loved marketplaces, not just to save money, but because the used bags from 2002 hold up better than the new ones from 2024. Because when you realize a $3,000 purchase might fall apart in under a year and customer service won't pick up the phone, the logo starts to mean a little less. Louis Vuitton still has an opportunity here, but the clock is ticking. People aren't just buying bags anymore, they're buying values, craftsmanship, longevity, transparency, responsiveness. And that's not just fluff, that's survival. Because no amount of gold hardware or monogrammed canvas can save a brand that refuses to adapt. Consumers want honesty. They want to feel respected. They want to know that if something goes wrong, the brand they invested in will make it right. And if Louis Vuitton wants to keep its throne, it's going to have to rebuild that trust. Not with marketing campaigns, but with action. That means fixing quality issues, owning up to missteps, and treating loyal customers like actual people, like not just walking wallets. Luxury doesn't have to mean exclusive. It doesn't have to mean flawless. But it should mean quality. It should mean craftsmanship. And it absolutely should mean standing behind what you sell. Right now, Louis Vuitton is charging more than ever, but offering less and less in return. And if they're not careful, they won't just lose sales. They'll lose the thing they spent over a century building, trust. Because no matter how iconic the logo is, if the bag falls apart and no one picks up the phone, what exactly are we paying for?